Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video if you enjoy, even if you don't, because I'll get more views either way, so that would help tremendously. So in today's video I'm going to be reacting to an Amy Schumer cringe stand-up compilation. So I've watched other channels react to Amy Schumer, but I've never done one of my own. So that's what compelled me to make a video of this sort today. She's a very controversial figure. She's disliked by many people. She's almost worse than the Danica to Bolt video I made a couple of days ago. And before we begin, I'd like to wish you all a happy Christmas or a happy holiday, depending on where you're from, what religion you follow. And yeah, I wish you a blessed day or a fun day with your family, with your friends. Try to make it an experience, you know. Try to make more friends, try to meet new people, and make the best of the day, because there really aren't so many opportunities in life, and Christmas is one of the greatest days to do so. So with that being said, let's begin.
Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
That was a horrible joke. I mean, she's saying it in the tone of a joke. She's trying to make people laugh, but at the same time it's not even dark humor. She's just hating on the guy, and he seems like a very great person. He seems so very sweet, to be honest. 1 second, because my family is making a lot of noise. Apologies for that, that was just my sister being the bitch she always is. So, let's continue. Yes, I was saying that this joke was in bad taste. She's just hating on the guy, and I don't think she should have done that, especially after he lost a friend of his, you know, after his friend died.
Thank you.
Some people commented that to remove the smile of Steve-O's face is something that nobody has ever managed to do before. And for Schumer to be able to do this is quite the achievement, I suppose, because of her terrible so-called comedy.
If I want to
Yeah,
sleep with
that's
someone,
very valid.
I do it. And I am a monogamous slut. Can I say that on
Yeah,
air?
I think you can.
Great.
That's not what we're worried about.
But what I'm saying is, I have a higher risk of disease. I also have a much higher risk of fun.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is prove my point by
Doesn't monogamous mean that you only have one partner, but yet she's saying that she would sleep with anyone she could get her hands on?
saying that, you don't think it should be used as a bargaining tool.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as, the kind of point of the column is that abstinence is the one taboo issue regarding sex. I mean, it's like, oh, be a dirty stand-up comic. You're cracking new ground there, Copernicus. But once you talk about abstinence, everyone all of a sudden, they put you, like, right now, we have to talk about it. Because who is this kid who's talking about abstinence who,
Well, it's who's this kid who's, 23. You don't know who you're going to be sexually yet. So to talk about it with such authority and arrogance...
I don't know who I'm going to be what?
I don't see her point. I don't know whether she's trying to be funny here or not, whether this is a comedy show or not. I think it's just an interview, so to include it in this compilation might be a bit of a farce.
You don't know who you're going to be sexually yet. You're going to be into really weird things in about a decade.
Oh, I have no doubt!
Alright, she's assuming negative things about people or negative things which have negative connotations, because that's her defense mechanism for anything that doesn't suit
Trust
her.
me. And the thing is,
But I really do want to do that.
there should be no confidence. You slip by the dirty comedian thing, but honestly, you call yourself a comedian, but you don't do it that much. Like, I go fishing a couple times a year, but I don't introduce myself on TV as a fisher.
Yeah, and Amy has actually done shows, and yet she's still not a comedian, but she calls herself a comedian because she's so unfunny for some reason. Many people think that she's one of the most terrible people on the planet, which I agree with.
This is really personal for a concept about abstinence.
It only takes that one person, though, and there's no contract that the person's not going to cheat on you because they're abstinent. She could
There is
fall
no
in love with
contract.
somebody
Well, actually,
else.
there is a contract. That's what a marriage
She could
is.
fall.
It's a contract.
It's a contract
point.
that more than 60% of people break.
No, actually, that's not true. Actually, if you can look at the new U.S. Census Bureau statistics,
Yeah, where does she fucking plug these statistics out of her ass? 60% of people don't respect their own marriage? Is that what she's saying? She's a whore.
Okay, but then the guy goes off and sleeps with a young boy.
Well,
Good, you guys stayed married, but then there's infidelity.
Well, once you bring out the statistics that guys are running around rampantly sleeping with young boys...
First of all, I'm not a boy. I know I have characteristics as such.
All I'm saying is yes, you're right.
Yeah, one way of knowing she's losing the argument is that she's interrupting all the time.
Of course, it is way safer to not have sex, but yeah, but if you have sex with one person, maybe they've had sex with one person.
Yeah, I mean, Amy is quite the genius regarding sex, you know, she's always speaking about her vagina.
You know? And I'm fine.
Mike Baker? Mike Baker?
That's what her comedy is mostly
But
composed of.
I have to
Yeah,
say,
you're
my
here.
last 3 relationships, which each lasted between 2 to 5 years, we slept with each other almost immediately. And it's because I knew that I wanted to be with them, you know?
Yet you were in 3 different relationships.
Why don't you move here and then you'd have a bigger place? Do you like it here?
But I mean, I don't fit in here. Just
I don't think you
straight
fit
up
in
body
anywhere,
type,
Amy.
like
Nobody
in LA,
wants
my
you in their
arms
own
register as
hometown.
legs. They're just like, why is that octopus on Sunset? Is that?
What are people
Well,
laughing
last
at?
time I was here, right from the show,
Why are
I
they
got
laughing?
courtside tickets to a Laker game.
That's fun.
Yeah, because my business agent thought I was mad at him for sexually harassing me.
Well,
But no, I'm like 30,
This bitch is crazy, yo.
so I'm just starting.
With audios like this, I'm not sure whether the laughter is part of the background or not. It's always so weird to hear people laughing at terrible jokes, and it's most definitely never genuine.
I think I really appreciate that. You
There
know
are
what
people
I mean?
holding guns to the audience's
Well, it's
head.
true. I can't speak
for
for
them to
everyone. I'm not
laugh.
like sexually harassed, but in your 20s, I feel like you walk around, like you'll walk past a construction site and be kind of like, oh, like don't look. But then in your 30s, you know, I'm just like, what about this?
Yeah.
Like, how about? It's like my skirt's over my head. I'm like, ah. I look like I've been feeding, and I'm eating popcorn the way I think we all eat popcorn, which is, you know, at first you always kind of start out kind of like lying to yourself, like, oh.
Oh, this is a classic joke where she steals
Like
one of
piece
Ellen's
at a
jokes
time, you know, and then like you get a little
and
more real.
says it herself, somehow
right?
manages to make them
and then
funnier.
eventually you just like you get real, and it's just like I've split my lip trying to get one more kernel. It's true. In my dumb mouth, it's true. Do you eat popcorn like that though? Are you a popcorn lover?
She literally made that joke a few years prior, so it's her joke, and yes, she does.
Do you eat popcorn
She's
like
definitely
that,
not an
though?
original
Are you a
content
popcorn
creator.
lover?
And something about the darkness, we just lose all of our inhibitions in the darkness.
Oh, yeah,
Is
this is the
popcorn
one?
really that
Yeah,
delicious
this is
we
the
must
one.
shovel handfuls of it into our mouth?
Do you eat popcorn like that though? Are you a popcorn lover?
She thinks she's way more attractive than she actually is. I think she's actually very unappealing to look at, yet she thinks she's some sort of model or something. Especially the way she dresses. And behaves, obviously. Do you think she practices these at home, or does she do them on the spot? Because either way they're terrible. Even if she does practice them at home, they're somehow cringier.
What happened?
This is actually painful to watch.
Red leather, yellow leather. Not tonight, motherfucker!
She's the definition of a person who thinks that louder means funnier, and she tries to use a lot of sexual innuendos to because people feel uncomfortable in public speaking about such stuff, so she tries to give people a context where they can laugh at things they wouldn't usually in public. So that's the appeal, I suppose. But I don't see how it's funny either way. They're not even clever jokes. And it's not a case of them not being in context. It's just she's very retarded.
What's up now, internet? Like, oh, let me hit that dick hole. I do! And you're not coming with me. Hi, Mimi. Really?
How long does this last for? Because I can't stand it anymore.
We are following up on a story that we brought
thank
you
God.
last night on the 10 o'clock news. We are
Oh, yeah,
hearing
I'm
from this
familiar
man
with
that you
this
see in
one.
the photo right here. Comedian Amy Schumer actually took this picture and posted it on her own Instagram page yesterday. She says this man tried taking
That's
a picture
funny.
of her on Saturday morning when she didn't want him to. Schumer also says he wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, tonight we are here.
Oh yeah, she's also a blatant liar. She tries to destroy her paparazzi by lying about them, yet the guy has conclusive evidence that he wasn't harassing anybody.
Hearing from that man who says what the actress and comedian claims is not what actually happened at all. Now, Schumer's version of events has prompted dozens of stories online across the country and tens of thousands of comments attacking that man.
Yeah, and it's all from here in Greenville, South Carolina. Tonight, that man, Leslie Brewer, he sat down with us about what happened and also about what's happened since.
Or what hasn't.
Well, that's just for me sitting here with you.
The last 24 hours for Leslie Brewer have been, for lack of better words, surreal.
It was literally 5 minutes. Yeah. And it was like everywhere.
He's talking about a picture that actress and comedian Amy Schumer posted on her Instagram page yesterday of him, thumbs up and smiling. But the reason she posted it, she says, was not a good one. She
Isn't
wrote
that
on
sexual
Instagram that
assault in
Brewer
itself?
ran up to her, tried to take a picture with her, and that he wouldn't.
I mean, her posting his picture without his permission, isn't that kind of assault in itself? You know, perhaps not sexual assault, but it's definitely a form of assault, you know?
Not take no for an answer.
When she came back up to me, kind of like at the end of it, she had ran back up to me and she had took a picture of me. That's how you got a thumbs up. Yeah. And I was like, I don't care. And she was like, well, I have 4 million followers and I'm going to have them bash you.
And that's exactly what happened. In the day since that picture was posted,
I don't see why she has so many followers and why so many of them are loyal, because she's a terrible person, especially after this incident.
article after article has been posted calling Brewer everything from an idiot to a persistent jerk. But Brewer says it didn't happen that way, and he has proof.
Sorry.
It's short.
Sorry.
But Brewer says it proves it did not play out the way Schumer said it did. He was downtown and others had recognized her, and he says his wife noticed her right behind him. There was no running up.
And I did it in a non-threatening way. She said I got up in her face, and it was completely different from the video.
Sorry.
Brewer says Schumer only made things worse after that video was taken. He thought she was coming back to apologize, but instead, he says she took the picture and personally insulted him.
Then she got mad at me.
He didn't delete the video, and at this point he says he's glad he didn't.
I mean, the video had evidence that he was right, so he should be glad that he didn't, because there is nothing incriminating within that video. So it's
he wants everyone to know what happened didn't happen the way Schumer said it did, and he says the comedian now has one less fan.
I understand you want to blast me, and that's what she told me. But you're a celebrity. That's
I
petty.
don't see how she has so many fans to begin with.
Now, Brewer says that if he had to do it over again, he would not have taken the picture knowing the trouble that it has caused. But he also says he had stop on his phone when he was asked to by Schumer. Amy Schumer initially said that the incident involving Brewer in downtown Greenville would keep her from doing any more photos with fans, period. But she has since backtracked on that somewhat.
Yeah, she's very hypocritical. She always goes back on her own words, She never keeps a promise, and she's not funny, even when she's trying to do stand-up. It's cringy, it's painful to bear, and for some reason the people laugh anyway because of the money they pay, probably. There's no other reason why they would laugh. I mean, to be fair, I did go to a Jimmy Carr stand-up show, and I didn't think it was funny either. I didn't really laugh so hard, but these people really seem to have a gun pointed towards their head, which whereby the trigger would be pulled unless they laugh. Kind of like a Squid Game sort of activity.
A rep for the comedian told People magazine this weekend, quote, "I am grateful to the people who like my work and support me, but not the ones who think that behavior is okay."
You tell them, are you happy?
Are
you
they?
emotionally
They're at church
satisfied?
smiling?
No, you can say, are you emotionally satisfied
Is this
in your
the
marriage?
same
Yes,
interview
no,
as the one we saw a few minutes ago?
Spouses who are virgin? Yes.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
think so.
sexually satisfied in your marriage? Yes. Is it difficult for you
Lie,
to achieve
lie.
orgasm?
Why would people have to be honest
It's
about
all
their
the sources are listed in
emotions?
the column. Every single source listed.
Because emotions are meant to be honest.
What I'm saying is, who cares what they said? A lot of people say they have happy marriages, even in therapy, when they're miserable.
So the 25-point spread doesn't matter because only the people who will be lying will be the people who are abstinent?
I just don't know any happily married people.
Speaking of
I'm sorry
Yeah,
that got
because you don't know what happy is, because you're hardly funny. You can't make a man feel happy, because you can't make him laugh.
so heated. I just
Let
want
alone
to
anything
say,
else.
I just want to say that I read the blog and it did come across to me like you know you ended it by saying no judgments, but it definitely felt very judgmental.
Of course, when the column was written about the reaction from people like you, who the second you talk about abstinence get upset. So, thank you.
Well, people like me who are almost 10 years older than you and know what it's like to live life and not just have all these morals with no life experience.
Right, I had no life experience. That is true.
I'm sorry, but somebody who works a little bit of the
The rightful
Christian
age of
comedy
33.
circuit.
The Christian comedy circuit. What just happened here?
I mean, she tries to use positive stuff to demean others because she's basically a whore. So that's my take on Amy Schumer. I don't think she's a politically correct person, not at all. I think she's hardly an honest person, and she also makes her money in an insincere sort of way. She basically steals from people, daylight theft, and that's basically it. I don't think I've ever seen any other terrible comedians as terrible as she is, and she is one of the reasons why Netflix first of all removed the star rating system from their website, and she's also the reason why many people hate on female comedians, where in actual fact there are some female comedians who are actually funny. But obviously I think that there are many more guys who can be funny than there are women, from what I've seen. So if you have any recommendations of female comedians I should react to, perhaps genuinely funny ones or ones which will make me cringe, I appreciate all your recommendations. I reply to all comments, and once again I'll wish you a happy Christmas, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for your comments, for the views, and for watching. Bye.